And we are not live. We are recording on Friday, May 13th, 2022. Gosh, this year is flying by. This is Bitcoin Ben, Jwade Crypto, and we are the Crypto World and Bitcoin Ben Show.
It's Friday the
How's
13th.
everybody doing? Oh, you sexy man, you. What's up, Jwade?
I'm looking orange. Now it's a good day to be buying some Bitcoin. Price is right.
Oh, absolutely. Looking orange, you're like Trump, like an Asian Trump.
An Asian Trump. I don't know if my colleagues would call me by that, but my kill me if I went around just saying that.
Oh, I hear you. It's, yeah, this has been a wild week with cryptos and the markets, inflation, and everything keeps on just getting more and more crazy in the economy. And yet, here's crypto sitting there rebounding every single time.
Yeah, you're right. So it's something that I don't know. Maybe you can expand more on what happened with Terra Luna. I think that was one of the main drivers for the crash the last this last few days. So, it,
Absolutely.
but it's something that I think we hit 25 yesterday, but we're climbing back up and talking to some folks that are way smarter than me in this industry and that follow charts that it may have been the bottom, and so we should see slowly kind of a uh, graduate or the pricing creeping up towards where we should be.
Yeah, it's what happened with the Terra Luna network is is a great example of centralized versus decentralized. The Terra Luna network. Now, mind you, this is a algorithmic stable coin, which basically means it uses existing liquidity of other coins in in order to hold its peg mathematically and algorithmically at approximately $1. So this coin was attacked. That's basically all it was there there was a flaw in the mathematical equation of the algorithm. And somebody, now, whoever this was not a kid in his basement. Whoever did it had to literally have at least $1 billion worth of actual cryptocurrency. So this was either a billionaire, which I don't think it was, or this was a government attack. What government? I do not know. I could speculate, but it would just actually be speculation as of right now.
Yeah, it's coincidence that now they're Janet Yellen is talking about the stable coins and how more regulations need to be looked at on that. So I don't know, putting two and two together, it's kind of weird how all the coincidences are lining up together.
Yes. Uh, the 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 easiest thing to do is say who would profit from this, not monetarily, but who would use this event to further their agenda. I myself, I think that a group of wealthy financial institutions got together and attacked a popular blockchain. Why would they do that? Because they need a they needed a example or something amazing and amazingly negative who happened in crypto in order to point their finger at. Some people would call it a oh, what do you call it, like black flag or a red flag or
Black Swan. Is
no,
that
it's
flag?
huh?
I haven't heard the term.
Yeah, it's oh, I'm sorry, a false flag.
False.
Yes,
Okay.
which means that it wasn't a naturally occurring event of an enemy. It was them doing it with an agenda
Mm.
to corrupt the messaging and lead an agenda with it. So let's look at who actually benefited. That would be the central bank. Now, I'm not saying that the Federal Reserve was involved with this. I have no evidence. I have no proof. But if you think about who is now out there saying that we need regulation, and remember, the Federal Reserve is getting ready to relatively soon launch the US dollar digital coin. So if you have existing decentralized uh, coins that you could use, you wouldn't really need the Federal Reserve coin. So just throwing it out there, hypothetical, not not saying that, you know, there was more than one shooter up in the book depository or anything like that. But it's very odd that it happened the way it happened.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really odd things, right? Like, I don't know if you heard about the Argentina news where all of a sudden with Argentina, I think they owe the central banks $6 to $8 billion. Um, and as the banks there were looking to open up Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, all of a sudden everything got changed where now they're banning they're banning Bitcoin. It's like, oh, what a coincidence, right? That the that they owe all this money to the central banks, $6 to $8 billion, and then all of a sudden they're instead of allowing Bitcoin like originally planned, they're banning it. So it's all
Yeah, yeah. It's there are definitely global financial institutions that don't want cryptocurrencies to succeed because they lose their authority and they lose their power as cryptocurrencies give the power to the people, there are authoritarian entities, not naming any names like the World Bank or the IMF or, those types of entities, but they they are definitely leaning hard on a lot of these governments to not utilize the technology of the decentralized cryptocurrency world,
Yeah.
which is
So
a
for
shame.
yeah for new people that are listening, and I'm assuming there are folks there that just maybe got on in their car on the radio listening to us that don't know what we're talking about. Um, the main thing with Bitcoin and why there's so many followers. I don't know if that's me beeping or you, but the reason why there's so many followers and so many people that are actively participating or investing or mining Bitcoin, it's because it's decentralized. There's not a central authority, not a central bank, no government. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how much power you have. It just does. Nothing matters. With human beings, we're naturally born to sin, right? We're also we sin, we lie, we cheat, we steal, and that's one of the issues with society today and government, because with those things in mind, things happen. So with Bitcoin and this technology, it doesn't take in any of those factors. It's a code that was written, thrown away. The keys were thrown away. There's only 21 million Bitcoins, and it doesn't matter, who you are. You can't change that. And it's been around for what, 14 years now. It's not something that was created last year. It's been around 14 years, and it's something that with inflation, everything going on with government, the lack of trust, this solves a lot of the underlying issues. So that's why we're believers. That's why we're on this show talking about it every single week, and that's why we believe this is the future. Um, and if I think Michael Saylor said that if God created a currency of some sort, Bitcoin would be the currency because
Yeah,
of the things, all the factors that I talked about that doesn't affect it.
let uh, the radio station we're on here in St. Louis is a very pro freedom radio station. So I I'm going to do a little rant here, and at the end of my rant, you're basically going to understand what what cryptocurrencies like the Bitcoin, why they're so important. All right, America was actually founded on a premise of a constitution. Now, a constitution is an agreement amongst entities or people or corporations. It's an agreement written down and agreed upon. Well, a constitution is also known as a legal code. Well, the blockchain, the algorithm, the software of cryptocurrencies is a code ran inside of a computer. So you can actually say that the blockchain of the Bitcoin is the constitution of the Bitcoin. It's the laws in which regulate the software that the Bitcoin is. Now, with a computer and with the code of the software, It can only do one thing. It doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't have an agenda. It doesn't run with an opinion and an actual lean left or lean right. It just runs. That's it. It 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 only does one thing. Where the Constitution of America, hence why we have a third branch of government, the judicial branch, it is left up to the interpretation of the Constitution, where humans, men and women, judges, are supposed to apply the Constitution. Now, our judicial system over the last 100 years has actually been corrupted and switched from applying original intent of the Constitution to the judgment of the case in front of them. Now they do what is called interpretation of the Constitution. So now that's why they can change little word meanings and definitions. That why that's why a judge writes an opinion. That's why judicial uh, rulings are called opinions, because they are interpreting the Constitution instead of applying the Constitution. And that, my friends, is why a lot of libertarians and a lot of uh, conservatives, a lot of right leaning people love cryptocurrencies because, excuse me, the code is the law. Like the Bitcoin code is not going to all of a sudden send out an email. It doesn't do that. That's not what the code does. So when you have a code running in a computer, it cannot do anything except what the code says. So it just repeats. It's reliable. It's incorruptible. Unlike humans, the Federal Reserve, the government, the laws, the regulations, those are all creations of humans. Holding our federal government to the Constitution is only as strong as the voting allows it to be. Because if the voters elect somebody who doesn't respect or intend on upholding the original intent of the Constitution, there's nothing programmable that will actually keep that person or that government entity in line with the Constitution. It's it's why every politician swears an oath on the Bible to uphold the Constitution. It's why every military person ever enrolled in the military swears an oath to the Constitution, not to the president, not to the Congress, not to whoever's elected president or anything like that. It's it's literally they are uh, they are elected and swear an oath to the Constitution, to the code, that they will uphold the code, and that's the key. That's the difference. It's humans are flawed and code is not flawed.
Yeah, this sounds like Terminator or something. What's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Yeah. we we got bells and dings and
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's an interesting point that how you said it and how you described it. So, with code, like you said, it's something that cannot be changed. Where with us humans, I think this example with somebody that I talked to about NFTs was basically because with NFTs it uses the underlying technology of Bitcoin, and this technology is something that's being utilized in a lot of different industries, not just in the currency or in the digital gold or any of that stuff. Um, but in today's society, if you were authenticating baseball, or let's just say, yeah, if you're an authenticator for baseball memorabilia, and Ben comes to me and says, "Hey Jeff, I have Babe Ruth's rookie card signed," and I authenticate it, and he says to me, "Jeff, can you just write this off, saying that it is signed by Babe Ruth?" But if I look at it and I tell Ben, I said, "Hey Ben, this isn't Babe Ruth's signature, his autograph. This is like your signature. What are you trying to do here?" So, uh, but but if Ben says to me, "Hey Jeff, I'll give you like $100,000 just by signing off on this," I might think about it for a second, right? In society, that's how we are. We are uh,
flawed.
flawed, where with enough money, um, we can make things happen that, or make things authenticated that really aren't. Um, so with this technology prevents that. So taking this technology into things like authenticating items or music or videos, or even someday putting it in the voting system where it's on the blockchain where you can't lie, cheat, make up things. So it's definitely disrupting. This is why I tell people that this is something that it has a same, if not greater, impact as when the internet came. It's going to change things, and just watch in 5 to 10 years how this technology is going to make things. We're going to look back similar to how we look today. We're like, oh, like my kids cannot survive without the internet. I can't survive with the internet. We couldn't be doing what we're doing right now without the internet. We work, we communicate, we pay for things, we do a lot of things through the internet. And it wasn't, what did we do 20 years ago before the internet, right? It's like it can't really fathom that. And I think about like MapQuest in those days when I was printing out MapQuest. And even before that, when how did the pizza guys get around town without navigation? That'd be the worst job for me. I'd get lost. I'd deliver probably 2 pizzas in 8 hours or something. But yeah, I mean, it's going to have a huge impact, and everything that we do, similar to the internet. And we're going to look back and say, oh my gosh, can you imagine not having blockchain technology, and me having to rely on somebody to authenticate things, or me having to
Yep.
rely on somebody's college diploma to make sure they actually went to WashU or wherever they say that they went to. So it takes that not only the human element out of it, as far as in being transparent, but also it takes a lot of the waste, the errors that happens. How much money do we spend on errors, human errors, as businesses and
Yeah.
corporations? So it helps streamline a lot of those things. So yeah, I mean, I love the analogy and how you talked about that. But for those that are still thinking about it, you're not too late. Even though it's been around for 14 years, you're still very early. But the adoption rate is the last 10 years about what 113% year over year for people that are getting being a part of this space, getting involved, investing, doing things within this space. So by 2025, we'll have close to 3 billion people in this space. So
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. All right, we got a couple of minutes before we have to actually take a break. Uh, Tell everyone where you guys are located at.
yes, yeah. So Crypto World is located in St. Charles, Missouri. It's off Cave Springs and 70, right next door to Mario's Donuts, next to Target and Home Depot, and also Culver's is right in front of us. So we've probably gained 30 pounds with the donut shop and Culver's in front of us. But yeah, you can stop by, check us out, or you can give us a call 636-317-1053.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we will be right back with the second half of the Crypto World and Bitcoin Ben show. Be right back, folks.
Did you know that you can sit down one on one with me or one of our other experts here at Crypto World? We can help you open up your first wallet, roll over your retirement into crypto, move large amounts of crypto safely, give you advice on how and what to mine, and more. If you could use expert guidance along your crypto journey, we are here to help. Visit our website to schedule your consultation today.
And we're back. Welcome, everybody, to the Crypto World Bitcoin Ben show. Not live, recording on Friday, May 13th, 2022. Another crazy week in cryptos, but hey, every week in a growing industry is a crazy week. And hey, before we jump in here, once again, let's get that address and where they can find you at,
Yes.
Jay Wade.
Jwade Crypto in the house. But yes, you can go to our website shopcryptoworld.com. It has all our information on there. You can come visit us here in St. Charles, Missouri. So we're off Cave Springs and 70. Stop by, go to our website, give us a call 636-317-1053. But if you're looking to get educated, if you're looking to buy mining equipment, if you're looking for anything crypto, come talk to us.
Absolutely. And off air, I just got some incredible news from Jay Wade Crypto, but I will leave that up to his timeline when he wants to talk about it. Maybe at the end of the show, drop a little hint or something.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think we can talk about it any time, but it's exciting for us. And with Crypto World, we are the first one in the U.S. doing what we're doing. So stop by, take a picture, because once we open up, 500 plus locations all over the U.S., you can say that you were at the very first one. But but if you don't mind, Ben, I just say a couple of things about the news. That way, we're not keeping people on in suspense here.
Oh, I was trying to drag him out until the
Yeah.
end of the show.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's true. That's Man, you are a marketing genius. I didn't know
Thank you.
you were that good. So I can wait then. I can wait till the 25-minute mark.
Exactly. 25-minute mark. Everyone come back and listen.
Yes.
Until then, I am going to do another rant, but this rant is basically going to explain to you why blockchain and cryptocurrencies are are going to touch your life, your industry, your job, your your property, your house, your car, your kids' education, your education, how you do your banking, how you manage your credit score. It's the thing that is actually behind cryptocurrencies like the Bitcoin that gives it the value, the reliability. It's why it's the adoption rate is 168% every year. That's an adoption rate quicker than the internet. The cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology is growing at a faster adoption rate than the internet did. This is the fastest growing technology ever in human existence. And this is why, my friends, have a seat, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy it. Number one, the blockchain technology, decentralized, is incorruptible recording of ownership or incorruptible recording of any type of document, any type of picture, any type of digital memes or media or exchange of information. You can actually tag it, put that into the blockchain, and it will never go away. It's like a permanent record that is, you can't change it. It cannot be altered. It cannot be manipulated. It cannot be erased and then put something else in its place. What this means is that uh, every industry, every supply chain, every legal document, the lawyers are going to hate this because this eliminates a lot of lawyers. Because if you have a contract on a blockchain and it's a decentralized provable blockchain like Bitcoin, you can literally put a contract, attach it to the blockchain, and if in the future anyone questions that contract, it is easily pulled up in a transaction record of the blockchain. See, blockchains are queryable. You got to be very careful when you say that word, queryable, because that means they are questionable, which means you can search a blockchain using a transaction ID number. And that right there is monumental. It is like uh, when you sell your house, the title and record of your sale of your house will show up on a blockchain, probably several blockchains of government organizations, of public organizations, of private organizations. And that way, in the future, unfortunately, for like title companies, you aren't going to need them anymore. Because all you'll do is you'll actually put a transaction reference number when you sell your house. And that way, the transaction number of the contract that proves you own your house will be then blockchained into the next owner's title and put into a blockchain. So the equivalent in like law enforcement is called chain of custody, where when this officer hands off evidence to another officer, they will use one officer's private key, not like an actual physical key, but his private key or her private key will be imprinted on that evidence chain of that piece of evidence, and he will give it to the next officer who will accept it in his private key or her private key. And once they register it into the evidence locker, that chain of custody will then be written into the police blockchain, which can be linked with the Bitcoin. See, you don't have to use a brand new blockchain. You can literally use a public blockchain, something like Bitcoin, or you can use a private blockchain, something like St. Louis County coin, you know, and mark my words, St. Louis, Missouri will launch a cryptocurrency, and it will probably be called something like STL coin or a St. Louis coin. But the reason they'll do that, the reason they want to do that is because then that coin can be used for multiple things. St. Louis could actually create a tour, a tourism reward token where if you visit St. Louis and you download the St. Louis wallet, guess what? You get 100 free tokens in your wallet, and you can use these tokens at all the restaurants all over St. Louis City. And some of the places they might, if if you issue, if you go to a restaurant and you say, "Hey, I'm new here. I got some St. Louis tokens," they could say, "Hey, we accept St. Louis tokens here." And if they structure the cryptocurrency right, the restaurant that accepts those coins could actually use those coins to pay St. Louis taxes with. See, this is the fundamental transformation of of local and regional and national governance. See, this allows St. Louis County to replace the bond structure with a cryptocurrency structure, where, say, that St. Louis Oh, I don't know. Let's see what we've done in the past. Say that we want a new, I don't know, stadium, and St. Louis City says, hey, we're going to launch a St. Louis Stadium token. And people from all over the world could invest in that ICO. Now, ICO is initial coin offering.
So similar to an IPO, but in blockchain realm.
Yeah. And so then it's global. And they could use like Ethereum or like Bitcoin or Litecoin all over the world and invest in the St. Louis, raising capital for their brand new, whatever soccer stadium or a bridge or a road. See, it's or riding public transportation. These coins could have multi-use, and that's what would give them value. Is is St. Louis City Hall could actually issue the coins out of their Treasury Department. Now, constitutionally, it is actually legal because according to the U.S. Constitution, no state can issue currency. But this is different. This is a different structure. These could be called uh, crypto tokens or local rewards programs, but they could also have value. It's an exchange of value. And if St. Louis was smart, which, by the way, Jwade Crypto, don't be surprised, and I won't be surprised at all, when local governments and municipalities start reaching out to you and asking you, maybe me or us, to help them launch a St. Charles coin. Because it's it I literally could launch a St. Charles coin on the Cardano blockchain in, good Lord, like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you limit the supply, then the value would go up and fluctuate. Now, you could also make it something where it was unlimited supply and you just actually peg them, $1 to $1 or whatever like that. Something simple. But don't be surprised when St. Charles comes knocking on your door and go, hey, would you help us launch a St. Charles reward coin? Because think about it. Then St. Charles, because we all use our phones, right? GPS. As soon as St. Charles could actually partner with you, me, us, anybody who knows about it, create a digital wallet, which is not hard, then create a token, which is not hard, and all of a sudden, everybody with a uh, with a smartphone could actually download the St. Louis or St. Charles wallet and get airdropped 100, St. Charles coin or St. Chuck buck. You know, it's and that could be a rewards coin used all over St. Charles.
Yeah, that's a amazing idea. That all we need is an organization or a municipality like St. Charles or St. Louis that's open to innovation into something, especially in St. Louis. There's so much money that's been
Oh, they need it.
yeah, there's so much money that's been thrown to help revive St. Louis that nothing's working. We're not catching up to Kansas City and Nashville and even Atlanta 20 years ago. We were the same population, and it's a lot of these cities are thriving. So for St. Louis to be innovative, to think about different things and how to attract people to come to St. Louis, either to live, to work, to play, to be entertained, to eat. This would be a fantastic idea. So I'm here at Crypto World. We're open to helping out anybody that's willing. We're already talking to politicians that are running for Senate that need help setting up a system to collect crypto for donations. We're
Yeah,
already talking to congresswomen that came here to learn about the foundation of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. We helped introduce the very first crypto bill in the state of Missouri. We're working with somebody to introduce Bitcoin as a legal tender in the state of Missouri. So we're doing a lot of things here in Missouri to be able to make changes, to be able to do something. And if you look outside of Missouri, what do people think about Missouri when they're not from here? They think of St. Louis Cardinals, maybe the St. Louis Blues, and then the next thing you hear about is, oh, they're up there in Detroit with the high crime rate, right? So outside of that, there's really nothing positive that you hear about in Missouri. So if we can do something like this to help innovate, to bring people in here, that the crypto space is a space that is continually evolving and getting better. And you talked about blockchain technology. It's going to hit every single industry. It's going to hit education. It's going to hit real estate. So it's something that, like we talked at the first segment, it's going to be bigger than the internet. But
yeah,
very exciting stuff going on. But yeah, you nailed it and you explained it really well. I think that's why you're better at talking about these type of things better than myself. You have a way to kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. So
yeah.
what I
And
appreciate about you.
literally right now, I'll say it right out in the open. St. Louis County, St. Louis City, St. Charles County, somebody come and get a hold of Jwade Crypto at Crypto World. It this is this is not unprecedented. Miami has a Miami coin. It's and they're using it as a rewards token. They're using it for public transportation. They're using it in their schools, rewarding their students. It's they're accumulating community use value, and they're doing it at a fraction of a cost of anything. Creating the wallet and creating the coins in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most. And then, voila, guess what? You airdrop it to every single St. Louis County crypto wallet, every St. Charles County crypto wallet. And you know how you know you're only hitting the people in St. Charles, every phone has a GPS tracker on it. And so you just airdrop it to a certain GPS location, and voila.
Yeah, it's interesting that you incorporated the taxes side, because I know in my store we pay a lot of taxes, right? We collect a lot of sales tax for everything purchased here. So, I would gladly take a St. Charles coin here at the store to be utilized for paying for taxes, and maybe they could take it to the next level with the smart contracts, where everybody in St. Charles or St. Louis or wherever that implements this platform, now they can, because crypto is transparent, now you can see where the funds are being utilized for.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's something that can change the way government and municipalities do their purchasing.
Oh, let, let me dive a little deeper
You
for
only
you,
you
Jay.
got one, you got 1.5 minutes, because you told me 25.
Oh, yeah. All right. Quickly, 1.5 minutes. We could create a St. Charles coin. All right. Create a St. Charles blockchain. Create a coin, tokenize it, and we could actually shape it like Ethereum, where it or ADA or something like that, where you could have smart contracts, and you could use it as a taxation and a blockchain of record, where every time, and it could also actually act as a rewards token in your community. And every time that a transaction happens on that blockchain, it could actually link with a GPS code and recognize that taxes were paid to the crypto world, and it's a whole thing. But yes, all right, we got 2 minutes left. Tell us the good news, my brother.
Drum roll. But yeah, so something interesting happened yesterday, where we got an email from an executive producer from Shark Tank. So they basically contacted us and said, "Hey, we did research on your company, Crypto World, and we think that your company would be the perfect company to be on our show. So we want to set up a meeting to where we go over how this is going to work, when it would air, just the details on that, and to answer any of the questions that we had. But yeah, so that's basically the news. Is potentially Crypto World could be on season 14 of Shark Tank, where they have 4.4 million viewers, and to say that Crypto World, the first one here in Missouri, the St. Louis area, St. Charles, um, it's going to give us not only a lot of recognition on TV, but also within the industry itself. So very exciting news. So we're going to keep you guys up.
Boom, baby. That's
Yes.
awesome.
So
Shark Tank, that's big time. I mean,
yeah, well,
it's
Mark Cuban and Mr. Wonderful, they're big into crypto. I think Mr. Wonderful said that 20% of his investments are in crypto. So that could be something.
oh, you guys are gonna kill it. You're gonna be amazing. All right, I hate to do that, but we gotta wrap this show up. We got like 5 seconds. Jwade Crypto, I love you, brother.
Sounds good. You too. See you next week.
We will see everybody next week. Bye bye.
Bye.